Hi guys, welcome back to Raging Reviews and Crafts.
Today's video we are going to be opening up 10 booster packs of the new set. Booster packs. That's what the packs look like.
They have different images on.
That's one of the other designs.
And I believe that one is the last design. These seem to be based on Egyptians.
So let's get into it.
I think what I'm going to do is pull the rares.
So every pack will have a land and a token card. So I got the zombie cat and I got a swamp.
I also got the zombie human warrior token and an island card.
So my rare card is Dispossess. It's a sorcery card and it states, choose an artifact card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand and library for any number of cards with the chosen name and exile them. Then that player shuffles his or her library. The Dispossess is also a 3 cost, 2 of any and 1 black. Again, that's that card.
The rare I got in this one is Neheb the Worthy. It's a legendary creature, Minotaur Warrior. It has first strike and other Minotaurs you control also have first strike. As long as you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand, Minotaurs you control get +2/+0. Whenever Neheb the Worthy deals combat damage to a player, each player discards a card, and I think that's pretty awesome for a 3-cost card.
Yeah.
1 black, 1 red and 1 of any. I've also got some pretty awesome uncommon cards, a couple of artifacts, warriors and drakes.
I have also got quite a few nice black and white cards because I mainly run black and white, green mono and red mono. So I think I will be putting in a Doomed Dissenter. It's a 2 cost. It's a human. When Doomed Dissenter dies, create a 2/2 black zombie token. And it's a 1/1. So for a 2 cost, I think that's pretty damn good.
The card that stood out to me is the Kefner's Monument. It's a 3 cost. It's a legendary artifact and it'll work really well in a blue deck. As blue creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature an opponent controls doesn't untap during the controller's next untap step.
Another card that I just found is Trespasser's Curse. It's a 2 cost again. I tend to play quite cheap mana decks because I like getting things out, and if things die I can just keep playing and I'm not having to wait for a lot of land. And it's an enchantment. It's an aura curse. Enchant player. When a creature enters the battlefield under enchanted player's control, that player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. I think that's fantastic for a 2 cost.
Should we go on to the next pack?
Yeah. So again, I've got a warrior token and a plains card.
I have the warrior token and this time I have a forest.
I've just pulled a mythic rare and it's Combat Celebrant, which is that card. If at any time you want to see what cards are in this set, just pause below, take a look and then continue watching. This is a human creature. It's a 3 cost and it's a 4/1 and it states If Combat Celebrant hasn't been exerted this turn, you may exert it as it attacks. When you do, untap all the creatures you control. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. That is really nice.
The rare I pulled out of this one is Hatra's Advisor of Poisons. It's a legendary creature and a human cleric. Whenever Haptra Advisor of Poisons deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on a target creature. Whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 green snake creature token with Death Touch. This is a 2-cost black green card. I also have a different monument, which is an uncommon card. It's Aketra's Monument, which is also a legendary artifact. White creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with Vigilance. And that is a 3-cost card.
I have just pulled a Aven Wind Guide, which is a 4-cost, 2 of any, 1 plain and 1 island. It's a creature, it's a bird warrior. It has flying, vigilance, and creature tokens you control have flying and vigilance. Embalm for 6. Exile this card from your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's white. It's a white zombie bird warrior with no mana cost, embalm only as a sorcery. And it's a 2/3. And I quite like that one. For a 4-cost, I think I will be using that. Even though it does have a blue in it, which I don't normally play, I might be persuaded to build a white-blue deck with that. I quite like that. The other one I've got is I've also pulled a jewel card, which is called Spring and Mind. It's a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. And the instant is Aftermath. Draw 2 cards. Cast your spell from your graveyard, then exile it. Which is that one. Not too sure on that one. I'm not sure if that's worth it. And I've pulled a Seraph of the Suns, which is 7 cost. It's flying, indestructible, and it's a 4/4. Yeah, move on. Next pack. Again, I don't think you need to know what lands and cards we've pulled, so token cards. I've just pulled a Cliff Keeper. It's a 4-cost, it's blue, it's a creature, flying. When Glyph Keeper becomes the target of a spell or ability for the first time each turn, counter that spell or ability, and it has Embalm for 7, and it's a 5/3, which is that one.
And my rare card is a jewel card. It is Failure and Comply. It's a 2-cost, 1 and a blue. Failure is an instant. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Comply is a 1-cost plains. Sorcery. Aftermath. Cast this spell only from your graveyard, then exile it. Choose a card name. Until your next turn, your opponent can't cast spells with the chosen name. I also have an uncommon Shadowstorm Visor, who is a human cleric with flying. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, Shadowstorm Visor gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. And Visor of Deferment, which is a 3-cost, 2 and 1 planes. It's human cleric, it has flash. When Visor of Deferment enters the battlefield, you may exile target creature if it attacked or blocked this turn. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. And the other uncommon is the Warfire Javelineer. It's a 4-cost, 3 plus a mountain. It's a Minotaur warrior. When Warfire Javelineer enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target creatures and opponent controls, where X is the number of instants and sorcery cards in your graveyard.
The next card that I found is Flameblade Adept. It's a red creature, it's an uncommon, and it's got Menace. Whenever you cycle or discard a card, Flameblade Adept gets +1 until end of turn. After that, I've got another Time Reflect, which I think you've already touched on. And then I've got a Destined and Legend again. I think the Legend was from... No, that's a different one. I've got Destined, which is an instant. Target creature will get +1 and gains indestructible until end of turn. And Lead, which is Aftermath. All creatures able to block target creature do this turn. And that's another dual land. And I think that's about it in this. Yeah, this one. So shall we open the next one?
Yeah.
Next booster pack.
Ooh, this is a new card. It's like a pop-out token card.
So I have got Plague Belcher as a rare card. It's a black, it's 3-cost, it's creature with Menace. When Plague Belcher enters the battlefield, put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature you control. Whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life.
And my rare is Vizier of Many Faces. It's a shapeshifter cleric, and it's a 4-cost, 2 and 2 island. You may have Vizier of Many Faces enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except if Vizier of Many Faces was embalmed. The token has no mana cost, it's white, and it's a zombie in addition to its other types. And to embalm, it's 3 plus 2 island. And that's the card.
I've also got a foil in this one, which looks like that. And it's Synchronized Strike. It's 3-cost, it's an instant, and it's an uncommon. Untap up to 2 target creatures. They each get +2/+2 until end of turn. I've also got Renewed Faith, which is a white instant. For 3-cost, you gain 6 life and cycle. Discard this card and draw a card. When you cycle Renewed Faith, you may gain 2 life.
And I have a True Heart Duelist, which is a 2-cost, 1 of any colour plus a plains. True Heart Duelist can block an additional creature each combat. To embalm, it's 2 plus a planes. And you exile this card from your graveyard, create a token that is a copy of it, except it is a white zombie human warrior with no mana cost. Embalm, only a sorcery, and that is a 2/2 card.
I've got 2 that I thought were quite good. I've got this one, which is Luxor River Shrine. It's an artifact. Tap 1 plus this card, you gain 1 life. Put a brick counter on Luxor River Shrine. Tap this card, you gain 2 life. Activate this ability only if there are 3 or more brick counters on Luxor Shrine. I think that's quite a nice card for only a 3 cost. And the other one is In Okhetra's Name, which is an instant. Zombies you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn, and that's a 2 cost. I quite like that one. I would say I've pulled quite a few blues, greens and reds mainly. No, the only cards I seem to have shown you are the blacks for some reason. They're all that I seem to be interested in this time. So I think I will be gravitating towards a black-red deck. I don't know about you.
Normally I like the artifact decks, and there's quite a few good artifact cards at the minute, so probably reshuffle maybe a multicoloured artifact deck.